Good evening and welcome to the 2021 BSA Awards presented by the Black Student Association and the Office of the Executive Vice Chancellor here at the University of Tennessee Health Science Center. I am Alexandria Dixon, the treasurer of the BSA. As you know, the current pandemic has impacted our world in an unprecedented way. Thus, we decided to recognize this year's honorees through this virtual celebration, and you are in for a very special treat. The Black Student Association is an interdisciplinary organization founded in 1992 by African American students here at UTHSC. The BSA embraces the vision to bridge the gaps among the various colleges and to instill a sense of mutual support within the university community. Over the past several years, the BSA has reached great new heights through our service to the community. We have partnered with the Mid-South Food Bank, Room at the Inn, the Orange Mound Association, the National Civil Rights Museum, and a host of other community organizations. Looking to the future, our organization plans to be even more involved in the community, and tonight you will hear how many of our students are making an impact in their own communities. This year, we are excited to recognize and celebrate the excellence modeled by our 7 outstanding honorees. They are brilliant health professionals in the making who have distinguished themselves in the areas of outstanding academic success and community success. They are their ancestors' wildest dreams. They are Black history in the making. To help guide us through this evening of celebrating these honorees, we are excited to have Ariana Poindexter as our MC. Ariana Poindexter is a weekend evening anchor and reporter for WMC Action News 5. Prior to working in the Bluff City, she worked as a reporter and anchor in Savannah, Georgia. As a journalist, Ariana has covered several national stories, including the social unrest throughout the country, the ongoing coronavirus pandemic, and the removal of the Confederate flag from the South Carolina State House. Ariana graduated from the University of Missouri School of Journalism with a degree in broadcast journalism and a minor in political science. When she's not reporting, you can find her shopping, binge watching a good show, and spending time with her husband. Please help me welcome Ariana Poindexter.
Good evening, everyone. I am honored to be joining you not for the first or second time, but for the 3rd year in a row. And I've got to tell you, each and every year, I am blown away by the incredible students with BSA and UTHSC. I know you all are going to be amazed as we dive deeper into each of these students and the work they've been doing throughout their time here. And with that being said, tonight, the Black Student Association is hosting its 29th annual award ceremony for graduating students in the colleges of Dentistry, Graduate Health Sciences, Health Professions, Medicine, Nursing, and Pharmacy. Now, this could not have been possible without all of you, and we want to take a moment to recognize some very special people. First, our presenting sponsor, the Office of the Executive Vice Chancellor. A huge thank you to Dr. Kennard Brown, who you will get a chance to hear from a little later in the program. Now, throughout this virtual celebration, you will also hear from Chancellor Steve Schwab, the deans of each college, faculty, our keynote speaker, Dr. Alfa Stewart, and most important, the honorees themselves. Tonight, we get a chance to learn more about how each awardee has excelled both as a student and within the community, so let's not wait any longer and get right into it. Well, fun fact, the UTHSC College of Dentistry is one of the earliest dental colleges established in the nation. It was founded in 1878 and is the 3rd oldest public college of dentistry in the United States. The college is home to students enrolled in the Doctor of Dental Surgery and Bachelor of Science in Dental Hygiene degree programs. The College of Dentistry also supports a number of postgraduate education and certificate programs. Kayla Jones is a graduating student in the college's Doctor of Dental Surgery program. In addition to being an exceptional dental student, Kayla is also an incredible leader. She served as the secretary of BSA in 2019 and also volunteers in her community.
The College of Dentistry proudly recognizes student Dr. Kayla Jones for the Black Student Association's Award for Academic Excellence and Community Service. Kayla is an outstanding dental student who grew up in our very own Memphis. Kayla continuously challenged herself through undergraduate career at the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga by being a very active varsity tennis player and team captain, all the while completing her Bachelor of Science degree with a minor in chemistry in May 2016. During her summers at home in Memphis, she was a participant in UTHSC's Tennessee Institute for Pre-Professionals program, which she gives great credit to for guiding her through this path in dentistry. Before being accepted to the College of Dentistry, she volunteered to mentor pre-dental minorities in the Memphis area and greatly influenced Memphis City youth and Dr. Christina Rosenthal's Determined to be a Doctor Someday, DDS. Kayla had many roles in the College of Dentistry besides being an exceptional dental student. She made great leadership skills visible by being the secretary of BSA in 2019. She was a community service chair for the Student National Dental Association, where she led many efforts to service her community through helping conduct health fairs, set up food banks, and also book fairs. She was also the social media chair for the Student National Dental Association. Congratulations to Kayla. We are very proud of you.
I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, but I was born in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to White Station High School here in Memphis. I played collegiate tennis for 4 years at the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. I wanted to be a dentist ever since I was young. I had an accident when I was younger, fell off the playground set, and pretty much messed up my lip and messed up my front tooth. So my dentist was great, and I decided I wanted to help people the same way he helped me. Post-graduation, I'm planning on going into an associateship. It'll either be here or in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I feel as if many of the challenges in dentistry are just because people don't know. And I guess it's more of trying to get the correct information out to people so that we can have better smiles, just better oral health, and in general, just better systemic health. I know a lot of the patients, especially here in the Memphis area, are African American, and so a lot of them kind of light up when they see me, and some of them, trust me a little bit more just based off of the color of my skin, and they know that I'm going to take care of them, and that's very much what I would love to do. Well, I love BSA. It was definitely, when we were able to meet in person, it was definitely a way to be able to step outside of the norm and just be around people that looked like me. And there was always that encouragement that I found in BSA. And it was also a lot of fun.
This year, the BSA is equally excited to recognize a graduating student from the dental hygiene program in the College of Dentistry. Noelle Wright says she hopes that one day her accomplishments, determination, and advocacy will uphold a place in this society that will encourage everyone to grow and learn from one another.
The College of Dentistry proudly recognizes Noelle Wright for the Black Student Association's Award for Academic Excellence and Community Service. Noelle is an outgoing, hardworking, motivated dental hygiene student who grew up in Nashville, Tennessee. During her attendance at Middle Tennessee State University, Noelle became the Vice President of Advocates for Community Empowerment, where she served underprivileged populations and provided them with many different resources in their communities. In 2018, she graduated from MTSU with a bachelor's degree in Community and Public Health and moved to Memphis to pursue her master's degree in Public Health, all the while having a passion for dentistry. In July 2019, Noelle applied for and began her dental hygiene program here at UTHSC. She believed that it was important to join the Black Student Association because it gave her a sense of inclusion while at UTHSC. She has worked diligently and was awarded a Colgate Hygiene Scholarship from the National Dental Hygienist Association, and she also received the UTHSC Chancellor Scholarship. During her time here, she was handpicked to be a mentor and a tutor for the upcoming dental hygiene class due to her outstanding grades in her coursework as well as her great communication and leadership skills. In addition to her academics, Noelle stated that she started to do community service as well as doing dental screenings in the Memphis area to give back to the community and make everyone feel included. She has participated in social justice activities on campus as well as volunteered consistently in the preparation of food relief boxes through the College of Dentistry partnership with Christ Missionary Baptist Church and the Mid-South Food Bank. She is an active volunteer of Memphis Beat the Odds and has been an active volunteer at the American Red Cross since 2012. Representing the College of Dentistry, Noelle, congratulations.
My name is Noelle Wright. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. I went to the University of Middle Tennessee State University, and I graduated with a bachelor's degree with public health in 2018 and a minor in biology. I've always wanted to do something in the health profession. When I attended MTSU, I started off with the biology degree, but I really didn't like it because I wanted to help other people. So I switched my major to community and public health, and then I started to intern at the Rutherford County Health Department, and that sparked my interest in wanting to help people. And then I decided that I still had a passion for dentistry. So when I moved to Memphis to pursue a further career with public health, but I decided that I still wanted to do something in the dental field. So then I decided to attend University of Tennessee Health Science Center and do dental hygiene so that I could still help the community and share with them what I know. After I graduate, I plan on taking the National Board for Dental Hygiene, and then I plan to move to Dallas, Texas, and start my working career there. And I also plan on opening a facility for inner city Black girls and youth to help them talk about health and mental health within the Black community and help them being a lady in society. I feel like the challenges in the industry with being a Black female in the health profession, it is very challenging. I feel as though people look at us and think that we can't do as much as everyone else can. So it is discouraging at times to always have to put in extra work, but I also do feel good knowing that I can do what everyone else can do, and I can get the same respect as they have. And to help those barriers, I do plan on, after I'm settled in my career, I do plan on maybe becoming a teacher and helping more of the Black community, because I feel like we need more Black faces in health professions so that everyone can feel comfortable, because there are a lot of Black people in society that want to do things, but they feel discouraged. And I want to encourage them and push them forward to show them that we need more Black faces in health profession and give them that extra push that they need. I feel it is important for Black people to be represented. I know that younger kids are looking at us in this generation, and I feel it's pivotal for us to show them that Black people can achieve a great status in society. We don't always have to just be doing everything that they want to see us doing bad, but we can do great in the community. And I feel as though we're starting to get better. So I feel it is important for Black people to represent so that the younger generation can look up to us and have a role model and follow in our footsteps. I want to say thank you to my professor, Dr. C, for telling me about this award and always encouraging me in this program and helping me give back to the community. And I also want to thank my professor, Ms. Stewart, for encouraging me in this program as well and keeping me grounded and staying focused and telling me, Black people, we can do this. And I really appreciate both of you guys.
Preparing scientists for a changing world by improving human health through research, education, and outreach. That is the mission of the College of Graduate Health Sciences. This year's honoree from the College of Graduate Health Science is Ryan Blue. Ryan decided to pursue a PhD in nursing after losing her mom to breast cancer. Her research focuses on Black breast cancer survivors' mental health, surrounding breast cancer treatments and therapy.
Hello, I'm Don Thomason, Dean of the College of Graduate Health Sciences, and it's my honor and pleasure to congratulate Ms. Ryan Blue as the College of Graduate Health Sciences Black Student Association awardee. Ms. Blue, soon to be Dr. Blue, exemplifies a quality for which we are proud to have her in our community, the quality of service. One of the definitions of service is contribution to the welfare of others. Ryan certainly fits this definition. Starting her career as a registered nurse, service is something that she's been drawn to. Realizing that she could have additional impact, she joined us to pursue research on interventions to improve the outcomes for Black women fighting breast cancer. But one cannot commit to service without facing hard realities. In healthcare, Ryan has met these challenges in her personal and professional life, but she has also faced difficult decisions that must be made in her service to the college as Honor Council President. Whether in healthcare or in her service to the college, Ryan has indeed committed herself to the contribution to the welfare of others. The college is proud to have Ryan as a student and welcomes her as a committed leader in our community.
Yes, my name is Ryan Blue. I'm originally from Texas. I grew up mostly in Little Rock, Arkansas, and I also did my undergraduate education. Pursuing my bachelor's, I did started out in biochemistry, and then I added nursing after. And just to give a little bit of a background in terms of how I got into my current research, which began with my mother. I took care of my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer when I was doing my undergraduate studies, and I just so happened that I was doing research as well. But the research that I was doing was pertaining to skin cancer. It was a genetics and photosynthesis lab that I was working in. And we were doing skin cancer, and my mom ended up being diagnosed with breast cancer. So I took care of her, went with her to all her appointments and everything. And that's how I think I took interest into breast cancer. But then leading up to, once I graduated from during my undergraduate, I applied and I wanted to kind of extend onto that. But my mom, she ended up passing away. I didn't know I was going to be burying my mom before getting into this program. So that was kind of tough. It was literally the summer right before I started my first semester here at UT. So again, with my mother, having a personal just a personal, background in interacting with my mom who had breast cancer, and she had such a horrible experience in the end. She had quite a few psych mental health needs and that weren't addressed, and some other issues. And that's how I kind of got into the research that I'm doing now, doing breast cancer in Black women, and kind of getting into some of the psych mental health issues. And I can say that getting into the research, once I started with this research, I definitely didn't know what I was in for. And it actually ended up being a little bit more, I want to say saddened, but I'm actually also glad that I got into this work, because there's definitely a lot of needs that I was not prepared for. But I can say that with my mentors that I have now, just trying to gain that experience and the skills that I need, I feel pretty good about the work my future work that I want to do once I graduate. So I'm planning to do a postdoc, and I also want to do psych DNP, which is by a doctorate of nurse practitioner, because I want to do some clinical work as well as research, kind of doing a little bit of both, but where they overlap. And I want to do the research that I want to do like some of the community-based interventions where I go to communities and work with women, some of the breast cancer survivors and Black breast cancer survivors, and have community leaders to help me lead some of those interventions. Not exactly sure what those interventions will be, but I think that they'll be more kind of group-based, some of the cognitive behavioral therapy, and maybe some of the faith-based type interventions. And that could change. I mean, I anticipate things could change. I mean, that's kind of how life is. But yeah, so postdoc, and then also getting another degree where I can get some clinical experience, and maybe one day open up a clinic and have like a one-stop shop kind of thing where women can, with Black women, well, eventually all women, but try to close the gap first where so that all women can get what they need, but Black women in particular, since they're the ones that's facing higher mortality rates and not getting the things that they need. But yeah, so have a one-stop shop where we could do maybe like some of those insurance issues, just to touch on a lot of different, have a lot of different access to a lot of different resources and things like that. The challenges, I think, are some of the policies that are currently in place, especially in terms of like with the insurance issues and transportation. I think in the area that I'm working with, like I said, with Black women with breast cancer, there's a lot of different issues, multifactorial actually, but yeah, just getting transportation to appointments and some of the policy changes like insurance to cover certain things, especially when you become a survivor. People think that, oh, just because you're a breast cancer survivor that everything just drops off, but no, survivors are still having a lot of issues, and like I said, it's compounding, especially with Black women who already have all these other issues. And yeah, so I think that's the challenge, is being able to kind of work with the healthcare providers and trying to give Black women what they need in that survivorship period, the survivorship care. I think that's important because that's what we're seeing. Like, I can only speak from my area and my experience in this research with breast cancer in Black women. I think the issue that we're seeing now is like the race discordance. A lot of the healthcare providers are not Black, and So that's some of the issues that came up when we interviewed women, is that, I don't feel that my healthcare provider may understand my needs because my healthcare provider is, of another race, white. And I think that's some of the challenges, some of the cultural issues too that could arise. But I think having Black healthcare providers, health professionals, Black students in healthcare, I think that could change some things, because then it could be a little bit more of understanding what some of these patients are going through and being able to advocate for them as well, because we have that knowledge base and we've developed these skills and things that we need to be able to go out here and help, people who need it that are disadvantaged. I don't know. I don't think so. I would assume our career I probably would have many careers, and I'm just going along with the ride right now and just wanting to gain as much experience and skills as I can. That's why, like I said, I want to do a postdoc and gain some of those other additional trainings so I can do the best that I can at my job and helping Black women with breast cancer. Definitely want to thank my family, all my children, my family. I don't know if I can get specific, but my mentors. Definitely thank my mentors. They have been very patient, and I know very patient with me, but very helpful. And just this whole journey so far, like I don't know, it's hard to explain how blessed I feel that I am. I've definitely had a journey. It's been tough, but there's definitely been a lot of good too. So yeah, so I want to thank my mentors and my family for being patient with me too, because I know it's been hard on them during this journey. It takes a lot of time. All the studying is definitely different than undergraduate.
Kiana Blackman is the 2021 recipient of the BSA Award from the College of Health Professions, training outstanding health professionals to address the healthcare needs of the people of Tennessee, the nation, and the world. The College of Health Professions is home to the Medical Laboratory Science program, where Kiana is a graduating student. In addition to her hard work in her program, Kiana has helped students in Shelby County schools adapt to virtual learning and made herself available to frontline workers by providing childcare during the pandemic.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Stephen Alway, and I have the pleasure of serving as the Dean of the College of Health Professions. Thank you for coming and sharing the excitement and the joy of today's celebration. We are blessed to have over 600 students involved and enrolled in various programs in our college. And today, the College of Health Professions is honoring one of our outstanding students who has risen to be a leader in her program. She is an outstanding student who has given tremendously to both our college and her program, and she is impacting her community around her. Kiana is enrolled in our Master's of Science degree program in Medical Laboratory Science. She is not only a great student, but she is engaged in her church and her community and has actively given her time and given of herself to reduce the suffering that COVID has imposed to frontline healthcare providers. The dedication that Kiana shows and her passion for others is an outstanding example and model that would be wonderful to emulate for students and faculty alike. However, I cannot adequately share all of the attributes that have culminated into the depth of character that Kiana displays because I simply have not had the opportunity to get to know Kiana in the same way that our faculty who work with her every day have gotten to know her. For that reason, I have asked Dr. Kathy Kenwright, who is the Program Director for Medical Laboratory Sciences program in the College of Health Professions, and who also nominated Kiana, to introduce and present this award to our deserving nominee, Kiana Blackman. Here is Dr. Kenwright.
Hi, I'm Kathy Kenwright, Medical Laboratory Science Program Director. Medical Laboratory Science faculty nominated Kiana Blackman for the BSA Award because we found Kiana to be an excellent student as well as giving back to her community. Kiana graduated from the Mississippi University for Women with a degree in chemistry. She's currently working full-time as a quality control chemist, but she felt unfulfilled in that role. That's why she sought out her second career in healthcare. She even worked during the shutdown last spring and somehow she still found time to give back to her community. Kiana has been involved in her grandmother's nursing home, as well as assisting Shelby County school students. Kiana's enthusiasm and passion will make her an asset to the lab. We are all very proud that she is receiving the BSA award, and I know Kiana is thrilled.
My name is Kiana Blackman, and I am a native of Memphis, Tennessee. I am also a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. I graduated with my bachelor's degree in chemistry from Mississippi University for Women, and I decided to pursue this career in laboratory science. It's always been, I just have a passion for it. So I decided to come to UT, and it has been an awesome experience. So what sparked my interest was I've always been interested in forensic science. I've also worked on the chemical side, but I just felt as if I wasn't fulfilled. So I decided to go into the healthcare industry because I felt that I was giving my part back to the community. And for me, I'm not a big center of attention person. I love to be behind the scenes and to do the work. So that is why I chose this field. Post-graduation, my plans are to work in the Memphis area at a local hospital for maybe 1 to 2 years to get my experience. And then I plan on applying for a job to be a travel med tech so that I could not only give back in my area, but to surrounding areas as well. The challenges in my career are that we don't really get the recognition that we should in the lab. They see the nurses, they see the doctors, but they don't really talk about the people that run the tests, that get them back in time so that their patient could be properly diagnosed and given medication so that they will continue to get better. So I think that is a challenge. But what I want to do when I do start in my career, I want to, like I said, give back. I want to be able to bring new things to the table and just be an all-around help. To me, the importance of having the representation of Black students is very important. We have a lot of up-and-coming Black young men and young women that are coming through, up and through the ranks, and I just think that it is most important for us to have a presence there. We have, been through the struggles, we have been through the strifes to get to this day where we could be able to practice and do other things. So I think that it is greatly important. So I would love to shout out my MLS family. They have been so supportive, so very supportive. My professors, they have pushed me. Even when I didn't think that I could do it, they encouraged me, they loved me. They even prayed for me, which was greatly appreciated. Also, my family. My mother is my number one support. It's been nice that I have cried and I'm just like, Mom, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this, but she kept pushing me and telling me that anything worth having is worth fighting for. So that helped me tremendously. And also just my family and friends, I thank you so very much for believing in me.
The College of Medicine promotes statewide medical education within campuses in Chattanooga, Knoxville, Memphis, and Nashville. The College of Medicine aims to improve the health of Tennesseans in our society by providing an exceptional and nurturing environment for the education of students and physicians, by contributing to advances in medical science, and by providing health services of the highest quality. Kaia Anderson is a fourth-year medical student. She's received several awards for her work in research in endocrinology. Her research has also been presented at local and national meetings.
Hi, My name is Scott Strom, and I'm the Executive Dean of the College of Medicine at the University of Tennessee Health Science Center. On behalf of the entire College of Medicine, I'm delighted to present the 2021 Black Student Association Award to Ms. Kaia Anderson. Kaia is a fourth-year medical student who will graduate this May. She received a BSA in molecular cell biology from Vanderbilt and matriculated as a medical student in 2017, receiving the Dr. Alva H. and Alva J. Crawford Medical Scholar Award and an NMA Region 3 Student Scholarship. She was named the Bluff City Medical Society Most Outstanding Second and Third Year Student and received the Abbas and Lynn Kitachi Endocrinology Scholar Award for her clinical research in endocrinology. She has been committed to the community, serving as a mentor to high school students and undergraduate students through the Determined to be a Doctor and Dream Big programs. Kaia, congratulations on this prestigious award.
Hey, my name is Kaia Anderson. I was born and raised in South Memphis, Tennessee, about 10 minutes from the medical school. I grew up here with two brothers, one who's now a general surgery resident in North Carolina, and a younger brother who's still figuring out life. My parents have played a great role in my life, and I'm lucky to have them both right around the corner. Yeah, so I think number one, my love for problem solving really made me gear towards the field of medicine. We're allowed to solve problems, whether it's technical, whether it's physical, whether it's mental. And number two, my love for forming relationships with patients. As a physician, you're really given the opportunity to join patients in their journeys. Yeah, so right now I'm finishing up my interview trail and I'm applying to a surgical field, and hopefully I will be matching in the next few weeks. I think one of the many challenges that the healthcare system in the field of medicine faces is just the deeply rooted racism in the healthcare system. I think that it's 2020 and there is no reason that patients should have lack of access to healthcare. And so as a physician, I'll be one of many forces in getting rid of this problem. I think that as someone who grew up with a physician, my aunt Lynetta Anderson in OBGYN in Memphis, it was very easy for me to say that I wanted to be a doctor because she was someone who I saw on the weekend, during the summers, whenever. And so I really think that when medical students or when high school, when college students see people that look like them doing great things, they have no choice but to gear towards excellence as well. Prior to my first year of medical school, I was able to join other underrepresented students who were going to matriculate into the College of Medicine. And during that summer, I was able to make the first of many friendships along my journey into becoming a physician. So I think that one of the issues and challenges that the healthcare system and the field of medicine faces is the deeply rooted racism. It's 2021. There's no reason that any of my patients should have lack of access to healthcare.
With an outstanding national reputation earned over more than a century, the College of Nursing traces its history to 1898 and was the first college of nursing in the state of Tennessee. Housed in the resource-rich environment of UTHSC's urban medical campus, the College of Nursing offers a highly educated, research-oriented faculty with a focus on developing nursing leaders. Kirsten Fitzpatrick is proof of this and is the 2021 recipient of the BSA Award. Kirsten is an ICU nurse and volunteered in the COVID-19 pandemic not only in Memphis, but in New York, where healthcare workers were desperately needed.
Good afternoon. My name is Bobby Bellflower, and I'm the DNP Program Director for the College of Nursing. This afternoon, I'm so pleased to announce that Kirsten Fitzpatrick is the honoree for the Black Student Association Award from the College of Nursing. Let me tell you a little bit about Kirsten. She's a third-year psych mental health nurse practitioner student. She'll graduate in May of this year, 2021. But she's so much more than a student. In her first year in the College of Nursing, she accepted an opportunity to go to Washington, D.C. to be part of a policy conference. She learned how to advocate for her profession and for her patients. but she didn't know she would have to use that ability to advocate within the year. By early 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic had started, and Kirsten is also an ICU nurse, a very talented ICU nurse. She was one of the first nurses to volunteer to go to New York. Of course, New York was hit very hard by the pandemic, early in the pandemic. She went for over 2 months, and they were so glad to have her. And the stories that she could tell you about her experiences in the early days of the pandemic in New York are just amazing. When she came back, the College of Nursing held a community forum, and we asked Kirsten to talk at that community forum. And we asked her to talk about her experiences in New York. But she also used that time to talk about bias and racism and how it affects healthcare. Her remarks were so poignant, and they were so meaningful to everybody in the community. So she has really made an impact for the College of Nursing. She's made an impact in the community. And for this, we are so appreciative. Kirsten, thank you for everything you have done for your community and for the College of Nursing. We are so proud of you.
My name is Kirsten Fitzpatrick. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. I am currently enrolled in the doctoral program at UTHSC as a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner student. Prior to that, I earned my Bachelor's of Science degree in nursing at Union University, and I'm also prior military. I was inspired by several individuals, including a nurse that was working with my mother during her stay in the intensive care unit. During that time, her nurse showed so much love, compassion, and empathy for not just my mom, but also towards the family. At that point, I knew that I wanted to engage in those same interactions with the people that I came in contact with. My interactions with her surpassed an exchange of words. It left a lifelong lasting impression, and it was everything that I wanted to be. Post-graduation, my plans are to work as a psychiatric nurse practitioner. My preference is to work in an inpatient setting with the most acute patients. Not only that, I truly want to be a fully tapped resource. I want to be able to pour into those the way that others have poured into me. I also want to be the representation that I lacked when I wanted to go on this journey. Furthermore, I want to be the best nurse practitioner that I can be. I want the same interactions that I had with my mom's nurse with the patients that I choose to serve. I want to leave a lifelong, lasting impression. I think the biggest challenge in my industry, especially in mental health, is one, the stigma that's associated with mental health that prohibits people from seeking the care and the treatment that they need, and also the lack of trust within the African American community when it comes to receiving the health care that they need. And I hope to be the one to break down those barriers, to bridge the gap. I think the representation of Black students is extremely important. When I decided to go on my journey, there was no one that looked like me. There was no one that I could go to for guidance or for mentorship related to the area in which I wanted to be an expert in. I would like to thank my family for always being so supportive. I would like to thank the College of Nursing for making this experience invaluable. And I would also like to thank all of the other leaders, such as those with the Tennessee Nurse Association, who have contributed to my leadership development.
As Tennessee's highest-ranked College of Pharmacy, the UTHSC College of Pharmacy has been advancing excellence in pharmacy education, practice, and research for more than a century. The College of Pharmacy is a leader in training the profession's next generation of top-tier educators, practitioners, and pharmaceutical scientists. Darren DJ Barrow, a graduating student in the College of Pharmacy, is being recognized for his academic excellence, professionalism, and commitment to community service. DJ's community service is evident throughout the Memphis area. He's volunteered with mustard seed tutoring, flu shot clinics, and providing vital screenings at numerous health fairs in our area.
Hello, I'm Dr. Marie Chisholm Burns, Dean of the College of Pharmacy, and our Black Student Association Award recipient is Mr. Darren DJ Barrow. DJ has shown excellence in his academic work, professionalism, and commitment to serving his community. He held leadership positions in several college organizations, including Rho Chi, Phi Lambda Sigma, Black Student Association, and the Student National Pharmaceutical Association, or otherwise known as SNAPHA. He currently serves as the executive chairman and immediate past president for SNAPHA. While serving as SNAPHA's president, he led the chapter in winning the overall Chapter of the Year award and the Chauncey I. Cooper Excellence Award for the Large Chapter of the Year. These are prestigious accomplishments, and I know DJ worked very hard to drive the chapter to excel. DJ's dedication to community service is evidenced by his participation in many service events throughout the Memphis area, including volunteering for mustard seed tutoring, flu shot clinics, providing vital screenings at numerous health fairs in our area, and most recently, participating in administering the COVID-19 vaccine. I am so very proud of DJ and the way he represents our college and the profession of pharmacy. Congratulations, DJ, on this well-deserved award.
Hello, I'm Darren James Barrow Jr., also known as DJ. I grew up in Carterville, right outside of Memphis, and I graduated from Carterville High School, stayed locally, went to Rhodes College, and now I'm at the University of Tennessee Health Science Center, going to pharmacy school. I am a father to two beautiful young ladies, and I'm married, and I enjoy the simple things such as family and movies and living life. Well, initially growing up, I was very curious as a kid. I always asked questions. Of course, my mom didn't know all of them. And going into school, math, science, those were my favorite subjects. And then, we did our whole career aptitude test in high school, where you want to do, where you want to go. My mom always encouraged me to go into healthcare because any place in the world needs people who are in healthcare. And it's a pretty stable career, and also I looked into what people did. And for pharmacy, pharmacists use communication effectively. They are the nerds that have the science and math background, but they also have to be able to talk to people. And I love talking to people. So my plans post-graduation are to become a medical writer, and there are a few reasons for that. For one, I want to be a family man. Have time with the family is very important. And two, is because in pharmacy and healthcare, really pharmacists don't really have a narrative. We're creating that narrative now, and communication is very important wherever you are, whether you're talking to patients, whether you're talking to other healthcare professionals. And I want to leverage what I've learned in school and my training to be able to effectively talk to whoever about whatever, whether it's clinical trials or a new product that is coming out on the market. So one of the challenges right now for our industry is really defining our role. Right now you have the original dichotomy of hospital or retail, but really there is a wide range of things that pharmacists can do, such as medication therapy management, giving immunizations, or even having prescribing power and able to give patients prescriptions. And I think right now, developing that narrative and role is greatly important for us, because we don't want to be just known as filling prescriptions, because we do much more than that. Representation is important based on who and what. So the who, Black students, we are capable of, anything that we put our mind to. And as far as representation, especially in areas of Memphis or areas similar to Memphis, you're going to be mostly interacting with minority patients, and having that representation helps them trust healthcare, trust in their providers. And once they're invested and they feel that someone is actually speaking for them and is on their side, they're going to be more likely to be involved in that care and to have better outcomes, which is what we all want. I would just like to say that being a part of the Black Student Association at UTHSC has been a real blessing, because in some spaces you feel like you are alone, and in reality, having that community and that group you can actually reach out to has been everything. And just like the representation, it's hard to become what you can't see. And seeing all of us here from pharmacy, medicine, dentistry, physical therapy, wherever in health professions, it's wonderful to see that playing out.
All right, I told you that you would be blown away by these students, and you'll be just as excited to hear from our keynote speaker for the evening. We are honored to have an incredible leader with an extensive history of service in the community share in this celebration of African American student success here at the University of Tennessee Health Science Center. Dr. Alfa Stewart holds many titles at UTHSC. She serves as Senior Associate Dean for Community Health Engagement and Associate Professor for Psychiatry at University of Tennessee Health Science Center here in Memphis. She is also Chief of Social and Community Psychiatry and Director of the Center for Health and Justice Involved Youth and the Department of Psychiatry, where she manages community-based programs serving children impacted by trauma and mental illness and their families. In 2017, Dr. Stewart was elected the 145th President of the American Psychiatric Association, the first African American ever elected to this position in the 175-year history of the organization. She is also past President of the Black Psychiatrists of America, the Association of Women Psychiatrists, and the American Psychiatric Foundation. She has received numerous awards and honors, including honorary degrees, visiting professorships, and honorary membership in the South African Society of Psychiatrists. Let's give a warm virtual welcome to Dr. Alfa Stewart.
Thank you for the invitation to speak today at the 2021 Black Student Association Virtual Awards Ceremony. I want to first offer my hearty congratulations to all the awardees. I'm truly honored for this invitation to speak at this virtual ceremony today, but I do wish I could be looking out into your smiling faces because I know all too well that at times like this, parents, family members, and friends are always present and very proud and thrilled to be able to celebrate what is truly a joyful occasion. Unfortunately, circumstances beyond our control continue to prevent us from being together physically. So as we remain physically distant, I'm glad we're still able to be socially interactive for this brief time. I know well the feeling of being glad to be on this journey and excited about the next phase. Your hard work and accomplishments have brought you this far, and now it's onward and upward on the path to life as a healthcare professional. As a member of the faculty here, I hope you all know how very proud I am of all of you. And I'm pleased that you've invited me to share a few words of advice and encouragement. Hopefully they'll also be helpful and maybe even memorable. So for now, let's start with the question, how's the future looking for us? You are entering medicine at a time when we face some of the most significant healthcare challenges we've seen in recent history. Our already fragile healthcare system is being stretched beyond its limits. And while the pandemic and ensuing crises that are occurring on so many fronts did not create the disparities we are seeing, they have certainly unmasked them in ways that cannot be ignored. And you will be starting your new life on the front lines as we work through this latest health challenge in our nation. Now, I have spent my entire career using and teaching others to use their clinical, training, and research skills, the same ones that I learned as a student so many years ago. Now, I'm not going to encourage you to use my life as a blueprint for how to do it, as there have been some pretty unusual things on my path to becoming the first African American president of the American Psychiatric Association and Senior Associate Dean for Community Health Engagement here at the University of Tennessee Health Science Center. But as you work through the challenges that are being presented by COVID-19 and the health disparities and inequities of our current health system, I want to maybe share 3 things that have served me well over the years as you are embarking on the path to the next phases of your careers. Try and remember something about these as you go forward from today's event. First, know in your heart that you are well prepared for the next phase of your life. It's going to be tempting to listen to the background noise about those things you don't yet know or can't yet do. It will be tempting to allow any mistake to serve as evidence that you don't really have what it takes. It will be very tempting to believe what others say about you as the evidence that you don't have what it takes. It'll even be tempting to see the coronavirus pandemic as creating a set of new challenges that will make you question your readiness to handle such serious health matters. Don't make that mistake, however. Don't buy into that. You are ready to embark on a career where you will provide the highest quality care, manage the systems that make that care possible, and be on the front lines of doing the cutting-edge research that will identify and develop the therapeutic interventions needed to manage healthcare challenges such as COVID-19. You are well prepared for the next phase of your life. Second, always remember why you decided to become a doctor or other healthcare professional in the first place. During the tough times, it's what's going to keep you going, doing the hard work on the front lines, handling those tough cases, working the long hours, and sacrificing a whole lot personally. It is also, though, what provides the satisfaction that reminds us that we are doing good work in caring for those in need, managing the systems where that care is provided, and conducting the cutting-edge research to keep improving healthcare delivery. And third, remember that medicine is a high-intensity profession. Remember to practice self-care. Maintain a social life outside of your work and create a work-life balance that works for you and those you love. Anything less can result in severe and sometimes life-threatening consequences. Relationships, like words, matter. And they matter a lot when you do the type of work that we have all committed to doing. And now we know all too well how important it is to have job satisfaction in preventing burnout. Our best defense is to always protect the feeling of joy that we had when we first decided to enter our profession in healthcare and in the first place, and to be proud, be authentic, be unapologetic as you navigate the road ahead of you. Because at the end of the day, that's what will bring you satisfaction and peace of mind and make you and those around you better. Finally, I'm going to close by paraphrasing a favorite parable of mine. In a time of turmoil and confusion, there were two groups of people to deal with change. They were the predictors of the inevitable and the pursuers of the possible. The predictors saw the glass as always half empty and thought change agents and activists were just wasting their time. The individuals in that group felt helpless and hopeless regarding any possibility of change for the better. Now, the pursuers of the possible, on the other hand, saw problems as opportunities and challenges as solutions in the making. They were hopeful and confident that by joining together, they could shape a new kind of future. They learned that valuable lesson, that it is better to test your strength and be wrong than to proclaim your weakness and be right. So go forward after today with your lives in the belief that you are pursuers of the possible. And as I close, my final word of advice is, if you cannot embrace change, at least give it a hug once in a while. Congratulations again to all the awardees, and good luck to all of you in your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Stewart, for that encouraging word that is especially timely right now. And now we are going to hear from Dr. Kennard Brown, who serves as the Executive Vice Chancellor and Chief Operations Officer at UTHSC and is tonight's presenting sponsor. We are excited to welcome him now to share in the excitement of this special occasion.
My name is Ken Brown, Executive Vice Chancellor and Chief Operations Officer of the University of Tennessee Health Science Center. And I'd like to take this opportunity to recognize all the BSA nominees for this remarkable accomplishment. I think it's a great point of pride for you all to know that you've been recognized by your colleagues and peers as somebody who's demonstrated the exemplary qualities and character to receive this nomination. I'm very, very proud of you, and you should be of yourself. I'd also like to take this opportunity to recognize and congratulate and express my sincere appreciation to the BSA as an organization for your efforts in bringing about a cultural change to the University of Tennessee Health Science Center campus. Thank you all and congratulations.
And we have learned a lot about the missions of 6 academic colleges that comprise the University of Tennessee Health Science Center. Joining us now is UTHSC Chancellor Dr. Steve Schwab, who serves as the Chief Executive Officer of this incredible statewide university.
I'd like to congratulate the leaders and members of the BSA on major accomplishments in a truly challenging year. It was the year of the COVID pandemic, a year where we asked you to study differently, learn differently, and take care of patients differently. It was also a year of clear focus on issues of racial equity in both the United States and the world. The BSA rose to the occasion with major accomplishments in these 3 core areas. The BSA advocated for its members and its students in general to create an ideal learning environment, both on campus and in the clinics, that was safe and advanced patient care. The BSA took a huge role in advancing awareness around issues of equal access to health care, calling attention, in addition, to the need for ongoing diversity in the healthcare workforce. These accomplishments and goals truly align with the university. We look forward to working with the BSA now and in the future to advance these common goals. First, to create affordable health care for all Tennesseans, regardless of who you are, where you live, what you look like, or how much money you have. All Tennesseans should have access to quality health care. To create a diverse health care workforce that meets Tennessee's needs and mirrors all aspects of Tennessee. A workforce that meets the needs of Tennessee and looks like Tennessee, that serves Tennessee in the inner cities, in the suburbs, and in the rural counties. This will require help with active recruiting and retention. We need, in addition, to create a campus and clinical training environment that continues to be welcoming to all, regardless of ethnicity, culture, background. It truly has been a year of substantial change. The BSA took a major role in that change. I commend you and encourage you to continue. With the thanks of myself, my partner Dr. Brown, and the entire University of Tennessee Health Science Center, thank you for what you've done, and we look forward to working with you in the future.
Thank you, both Dr. Brown and Dr. Schwab. And while this year's BSA Award ceremony may have looked different, this has been such a fun night, and I'm incredibly inspired and impressed by the amazing students, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for each and every one of them. I want to thank you again for supporting the Black Student Association here at UTHSC and for giving me the opportunity to be a part of such a special occasion. And again, congratulations to all of the awardees. To close this out, I am happy to welcome Christiana Avad, a PharmD PhD candidate and president of the Black Student Association, along with BSA advisor Dr. Dustin Fulton.
Good evening. My name is Christiana Avad, and I'm a third-year PharmD PhD dual degree student, and I have the honor of serving as the president of the Black Student Association here at University of Tennessee Health Science Center for the 2020-2021 academic year. This school year, now more than ever, it is important that we highlight just a few of our exceptional members for their display of resilience and academic success in what has been some of our country's most trying times. Our students have faced abundant amounts of adversity as they are matriculating through school, but nevertheless have maintained the grit to succeed. I believe an organization is only as strong as its members, and I would like to thank all the past and present members of the BSA who are joining us virtually today and more than likely taking a break from a night of studying to help us celebrate their classmates, study partners, tutors, leaders, and friends. This event would not at all be possible without all the hard work of our BSA's advisor, Dr. Dustin Fulton. I would also like to take this time to recognize our distinguished guests in attendance tonight. Special thanks for the inspiring words from the Executive Vice Chancellor, Dr. Brown, and Chancellor Steve Schwab. Last but certainly not least, a special thanks to Dr. Alfa Stewart for joining us in our celebration tonight. In conclusion, thank you all again for your support of the BSA and virtual presence here tonight. This event would not have been successful as it has been without you. Thank you.
Wow, this has been an incredible celebration of African American student success here at the University of Tennessee Health Science Center. I'm Dr. Fulton. I have the honor of serving as the advisor to the Black Student Association, an interdisciplinary organization that has been committed to ensuring Black student success on this campus for nearly 30 years. UTHSC is home to students of diverse backgrounds who all share a passion for helping others. Tonight, we've learned how this year's BSA honorees have not only excelled academically, but also how they have made meaningful contributions to their communities. I applaud the BSA for recognizing the many accomplishments of our Black students. I look forward to the impact these students will make on their communities here and around the world. This evening would not have been possible without the support of our campus administration, including our Chancellor, Dr. Schwab, and college deans, Dr. Reagan, who leads the College of Dentistry, Dr. Thomason from Graduate Health Sciences, Dr. Alway of the College of Health Professions, Dr. Strom, Executive Dean of the College of Medicine, Dr. Likes from Nursing, and Dr. Chisholm Burns from the College of Pharmacy. I also want to thank the Office of the Executive Vice Chancellor and Dr. Kennard Brown, Executive Vice Chancellor and COO, for sponsoring the 2021 BSA Award Ceremony. Finally, I want to thank the leadership of the BSA and all members who volunteered their time to make this evening special. To you, our virtual audience, thank you for tuning in and thanks for your support of the Black Student Association.